There are disagreements between actors, there are creative clashes, and then there is the rare, unfiltered admission that stands out in the history of Hollywood. Sally Field, one of the most decorated actresses of her generation, once stated that she truly hated Tommy Lee Jones more than anyone she had ever worked with. It was a stark, direct, and unmistakably honest statement from an actress known for candor rather than confrontation. The remark was born from their time together on the 1981 film Back Roads, but the roots of how this tension unfolded trace back through Field's entire journey, from her earliest days in Pasadena to her transformation into one of Hollywood's most respected dramatic performers. To understand why the conflict with Jones affected her so deeply, one must first follow her path from childhood to stardom, observing how she shaped her identity in an industry that often underestimated her. The story begins long before the set of Back Roads, in an environment shaped by family ties to Hollywood, personal insecurity, and the relentless pursuit of credibility. Sally Margaret Field was born on November 6, 1946, in Pasadena, California. Her childhood was defined by proximity to Hollywood long before she ever entered the industry herself. Her mother, Margaret Field, already worked as an actress, and her stepfather, Jock Mahoney, was a known actor and stuntman. Their presence introduced Sally to the industry early in life, but the introduction itself was not the same as an invitation. Her upbringing, while connected to film and television, was also marked by emotional strain, the complexities of a blended family, and the internal challenges faced by a girl who often described herself as shy and unsure of her own worth. Growing up, Field rarely felt like the confident performer she would eventually become. Her naturally introverted manner and the pressures within her household created a childhood marked less by glamour and more by introspection. Yet even then, there were early signs of a performer waiting to emerge. She possessed a distinct blend of sincerity and talent, though she had yet to understand how to use either. After graduating from Birmingham High School in Van Nuys, a moment arrived that would shift the direction of her life forever. Her early introduction to Hollywood opportunities led her to audition for a new television project. In 1965, she received her first major role, one that instantly turned her into a recognizable face nationwide. The show was Gidget, a lighthearted sitcom about a spirited teenage surfer. Though Gidget lasted only one season, Field's personality, warmth, and comedic instinct resonated strongly with audiences. The series provided her with a place in American pop culture, but it did not yet provide the artistic respect she longed for. 2 years later, she took on the role that would make her famous across households and television screens around the world. Sister Bertrille in The Flying Nun, which aired from 1967 to 1970. The premise, a cheerful young nun capable of flying due to her oversized cornet, cemented Sally Field's image as the sweet, charming, bubbly girl next door. The series became a hit, but its success created a dilemma that would follow her for years. Field felt creatively trapped. Although she appreciated the opportunities the show provided, she knew she was being typecast. Hollywood saw her as the light comedic presence, the harmless ingenue, the optimistic young woman placed in wholesome or comedic roles. What she wanted instead was the chance to prove that she possessed emotional range, dramatic instinct, and artistic capability. Beneath the cheerful exterior that audiences adored, she felt the weight of an industry that had already determined who she was, long before she had the chance to decide for herself. This frustration marked a key turning point in her personal and professional life. Field took it upon herself to break free from the identity Hollywood assigned her. Determined to develop her skills, she began formal acting training under the renowned Lee Strasberg at the Actors Studio. Strasberg's method-based approach was transformative for Field. She later described it as the experience that reshaped her confidence, her craft, and her understanding of what acting could be. It allowed her to access deeper emotional layers and helped her shed the limitations of her previous on-screen persona. This transition was not swift, nor was it guaranteed, but it set the stage for the dramatic roles that would redefine her legacy. Her evolution as a dramatic actress became undeniable in 1976 when she took on the lead role in Sybil, a made-for-television film about a young woman with dissociative identity disorder. The performance demanded extraordinary emotional range and vulnerability. Field delivered a portrayal that left critics stunned, audiences moved, and Hollywood finally convinced. Her work in Sybil earned her an Emmy Award, but more importantly, it marked a point in her career when she was no longer the actress associated with flying nuns and carefree sitcom characters. She had proven that she could carry difficult material with authenticity and depth. The success of Sybil changed the trajectory of her career entirely. It opened doors to the types of roles she had long hoped for, roles that required emotional strength, nuance, and resilience. This journey reached a new peak in 1979 when she starred in Norma Ray, a film centered around a Southern textile worker who becomes a labor activist. Her performance was grounded, urgent, and sincere. It captured the courage and humanity of a woman fighting for justice. Field's portrayal earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress. Her acceptance speech famously included the line often misquoted, but remembered by millions: "You like me, you really like me." The moment symbolized the culmination of years spent fighting to be taken seriously, and it reflected the validation she had long sought from an industry that once saw her as capable only of comedy. Throughout the 1980s, Sally Field continued to demonstrate her artistic versatility. She starred in a variety of roles that further cemented her reputation as a powerful dramatic performer. Among the most memorable were her collaborations with Burt Reynolds in films such as Smokey and the Bandit, 1977, and The End, 1978. Their on-screen chemistry mirrored a real-life romantic relationship that became one of the most discussed Hollywood pairings of the late 1970s. Though their relationship ended, it played a significant role in her life and career during that era. Field continued to hone her craft, earning her second Academy Award for Best Actress with Places in the Heart, 1984. She later appeared in Steel Magnolias, 1989, further showcasing her ability to portray characters balancing strength, vulnerability, and emotional authenticity. Her career was marked by consistency, depth, and a determination to take on roles that mattered to her. In the decades that followed, she continued to evolve as an actress. Her role as the mother of the title character in Forrest Gump, 1994, introduced her talent to a new generation. Later, she received critical recognition for her work in ER and Brothers and Sisters, winning another Emmy for her role as the matriarch of the Walker family. Field also delivered acclaimed stage performances, including her work in The Glass Menagerie on Broadway, and earned yet another Oscar nomination for portraying Mary Todd Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln, 2012. Beyond acting, she became an advocate for women's rights, LGBTQ+ equality, and mental health awareness, using her visibility to encourage social progress. Her 2018 memoir, In Pieces, offered a candid and emotional look at the complexities of her life, including struggles with self-worth and the challenges of balancing a demanding career with motherhood and personal growth. Her personal life reflected the same complexity found in her career. Field married Stephen Craig in 1968 during a period of significant change. Their marriage ended in 1975, but they shared two sons: Peter Craig, born in 1969, who became a respected novelist and screenwriter, and Eli Craig, born in 1972, who found success as both an actor and director, particularly for his work on Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, 2010. Field often spoke about her deep pride in her sons, emphasizing that motherhood provided grounding throughout the tumultuous world of Hollywood. After her relationship with Burt Reynolds and the end of her marriage to Craig, she later married film producer Alan Greisman in 1984. Together, they had a son, Sam, born in 1987. Though Field and Graceman divorced in 1994, Field continued to prioritize her children above all else, consistently describing motherhood as one of the most meaningful parts of her life. Despite the challenges faced throughout her career, only one professional experience led her to openly admit she truly hated a co-star, a rare and striking confession that stands in contrast to her otherwise composed, respectful approach to her colleagues. That experience occurred while filming Backroads in 1981 alongside Tommy Lee Jones. Unlike typical Hollywood feuds built on rumor or minor disagreements, the tension between Sally Field and Tommy Lee Jones was real, intense, and openly acknowledged by Field herself. Both were at pivotal moments in their careers at the time. Field had already secured her place as a dramatic actress following her Oscar win for Norma Ray and her acclaimed performances throughout the 1970s. Tommy Lee Jones was gaining recognition for his own commanding presence, known for intensity, immersion, and an uncompromising approach to his craft. On screen, their chemistry appeared raw and convincing. Off-screen, their dynamic was strained, confrontational, and emotionally exhausting for Field. She later described Jones as a difficult man to work with. Field stated that although she had worked with challenging men before, Tommy Lee Jones was something else entirely. She explained that she found him impossible to deal with and expressed that she hated working with him more than with anyone else in her career. Field attributed much of the tension to a fundamental clash in their acting styles. Her own approach was collaborative and emotionally open, while Jones's method was intense, brooding, and dismissive of input from others. Field described his behavior as condescending, noting that he often treated her as if she lacked the knowledge or capability required for the role, despite the fact that she had already proven herself with an Academy Award-winning performance. Crew members later recalled that the energy on set was strained, marked by long silences and visible friction between the two leads. It was clear to those around them that the tension was not fabricated for dramatic effect. It was a genuine conflict between two strong-willed individuals. Ironically, this tension heightened the authenticity of their on-screen performances, leading critics to praise the emotional sharpness of their interactions, unaware of the real conflict fueling them. Field later admitted that she channeled her frustration into her performance. The emotional intensity audiences saw was not entirely fictional. It was rooted in her own irritation with Jones. After filming concluded, Field made it clear that she would never work with him again. Her straightforward honesty conveyed the depth of her discomfort during production. Tommy Lee Jones, known for avoiding Hollywood gossip and maintaining a guarded public persona, did not publicly respond to Field's comments. His silence neither denied nor confirmed the conflict. Those who worked with him acknowledged that his temperament often clashed with assertive co-stars. One crew member remarked that Field did not back down, which only intensified the friction between them. In later years, Field looked back at the experience with a mixture of humor and lingering irritation. She acknowledged Jones's talent, but reaffirmed that it did not excuse behavior she perceived as cruel or dismissive. Her stance remained firm. She disliked the experience and disliked him personally, and the feeling never softened over time. Despite this contentious chapter, both actors continued to build remarkable careers. Field achieved further success with Places in the Heart, Steel Magnolias, and later acclaimed television work. Jones went on to star in The Fugitive, 1993, winning an Academy Award, and No Country for Old Men, 2007, among many other celebrated roles. The film Backroads became less known for its story and more remembered for the behind-the-scenes tension that revealed a side of the industry rarely discussed so openly. Sally Field's honesty about her experience provided audiences with a rare glimpse into the reality of working relationships in Hollywood, proving that not all on-screen partnerships translate into mutual respect off-screen. Field's legacy endures not only through her performances, but also through her sincerity. Her willingness to speak truthfully about the challenges she faced contributed to a career defined by integrity. Her comments about Tommy Lee Jones stand as one of Hollywood's most candid admissions, illustrating that even within a world built on illusion, authenticity still has a place. Feud concluded her reflections by stating that regardless of Jones's talent, she would always prefer to work with someone else. The statement captured her commitment to honesty and reaffirmed the values that shaped her entire career: resilience, truth, and an unwavering dedication to her craft.